That's when you get the negative feedback, because you don't agree with how they think. Turns out Stern was like,
"Gotcha, bitch."
I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Maybe they've learned something from every game, and this time it'll be different.
What?
I gotta show everybody my wiener. Use my wiener.
I mean, it's basically a Led Zeppelin jukebox with flippers.
The game is going to sell. He just did a mic drop and then walked the hell out of the room. That's big dick energy if I've ever seen it. It's pinball. It shouldn't be too serious. I mean, if you take pinball to a serious level, you get The Godfather.
Lie back down.
I know I'm gonna get some hate from those of you out there that are probably doing it, but that's what it is. The back glass says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles right there at the top, and 4 inches up, if that, the title's there again. That makes no sense. And I mean, what's concerning to me is that through the whole build process, no one brought it up that, hey, maybe we should make this a little bit better. No one mentioned it. Nobody there was like, maybe we can make this look a little better.
If he dies, he dies.
We have gathered our engineers, put our heads together, and come up with a great plan to satiate this issue. We believe this idea to be the best course of action for us and for you, but mainly because it's gonna cost us nothing. We need to find out what these suckers will pay for a crappy product that your toddler drew for us. She draws on a first grade level. Why are you promoting and asking for deposits on a game that's still 6 months out? What's up, guys? Let's see, do we have audio? There it is. I think we have audio now. Can you hear me? This is probably going to be rough as you know what. Because, yes, it's obviously been a while since I've done a little stream. Let's get it down lower. I know some of you guys like to see this horrific face of mine. So, let's see here. Let me see if I can get my ducks in a row so it's somewhat not janky. And we will get started. So, how's everybody doing? Did a game get revealed today, or any kind of new thing that, anything new going on in the pinball hobby? I sure as hell hope so, because it has been a major lull in like pinball anything. And it's like I could have easily like gone through like Pinside or whatever and picked up a little nugget here and then tried to make a video about it, but it's like it's a lot of time and effort put into something that's not, I don't feel like worth it to like make a big deal kind of thing out of or whatever. So let me go through chat here, play a little bit of catch up. I had to let the dogs back in because for those that do not know, Texas is currently hotter than hell. And so that's also something, I'm not sure if you guys can hear the air conditioner that I've got going. I got a window unit that keeps this room somewhat decent for me. So if that is picking up too much on the microphone or whatever, let me know. I'll kill it. But you've got me for maybe an hour, and then I've got to go back to doing and running errands and stuff like that. So let's start off. Yes, my wiener dog is a hot dog. She is not a big fan of the heat out there. She's so stupid. She's like, they got a trampoline that they could hide up underneath to hide themselves from the sun, but she'd rather just beg and scratch at this back door in the heat to come back inside. Okay, so no AC on your end? All right, so this is what we're going to do. Let me see if I can remember how to do it. Yes, engage with your audience. We're going to start a poll, guys. What shall this poll be? Okay, so the obvious question that I think a lot of people want to know is from you current Godzilla premium /LE owners, are you going to switch to this one? So get your keyboard and everything, or be able to click answer. Okay, so this is going to you current owners. Are you switching to the black and white? And we'll see where we get with this, because I'm definitely curious to see, kind of get a feel of what the current status is from those of you out there. And from what little I have actually seen, because they dropped this game, guys, literally as I left the house, and I'm on the road, and then I start getting text messages and messages from people. So, Carrie, what do you think? What do you think of the new Godzilla? I'm like, of course! Of course they would drop this crap right now, as I'm like nowhere near to be able to fully see this game in like 1080p quality on a big screen and stuff like that. So that's where I'm at on that. And where did my chat window go? Chat is going way too fast here. All right. Oh, man. Glad I sold my Zilla. Same here. Even I don't even have that much money to mods. And that is the other big concern that I know from a lot of you out there have, is that this game has been out for 3 years. So, as well as any Godzilla owner has put mods into their game. They've got the Stumbler stuff, and they have literally spent thousands. I mean, like the base people have spent hundreds, but you could spend thousands of dollars making this game even more awesome than it already is. And it's like, so now that you've put even more money into this game, now you have the option to get, in my opinion, a very beautiful game. And it's like, okay, will those mods transition over to that without standing out and no longer looking like it belongs, kind of thing? And I watched In Before the Lock. It's a podcast on YouTube. If you haven't watched it, I recommend it. They were talking about the whole black and white transitioning on games, Twilight Zone, Addams Family, and lately the newest Godzilla. And they were talking about mods, and because Stumbler is one of the hosts that are on there, as well as Rob from the Electric Playground, they were talking about they will be developing mods for the black and white edition. But at that time, they didn't know what the game was going to look like, and they weren't sure. They didn't want to put much detail and effort into creating something when they didn't really know what they were dealing with yet. So now that they have this is going to give them the ability to go, okay, so this is what we're dealing with, so we can highlight this, we can saturate this or desaturate that, and make it coalesce better. And who knows, maybe these mods, even though they're colorized on like the Neo Tokyo sign and stuff like that, maybe that might make the game even more awesome. What is the name of that YouTube that you recommend? Let me switch over here to chat, guys. That's something, like I said, I'm a little rusty on this, so let's get over here to this. Why is that playing through that? If audio is going to be playing through that, then I'm not even going to bother wearing my headset. It's like, so let's take that off. One less thing I got to deal with. So, wow. So according to this, let's end the poll right here where we're at. And let me get that chat window back up. In Before the Lock. Josh, am I dealing with you or I'm going to assume it's Josh. So, are you switching to the black and white? 90% or 89%, let's round up to 90, say no. And that's with only 30 votes. And there's more of you watching right here, so only 30 of you current owners are in chat. So that's what we're going to do. So, let's, okay, Josh is here. Okay, so now, oh, there's Franchi. Am I too late to make the Godzilla Blood Red Kiss edition? All right, so the next poll is for you non-Godzilla owners out there. Are you buying? I'm curious, because so evidently out of the, I guess, 92 that were watching at that time, 30 of you voted because I asked the current owners. So let's see what we got going on here. And bring up the chat window again. Not my email. Go away. Let me see if I can get caught up here on chat, guys. Like what Jaws. Yeah, like Yeah, that's the thing that I even mentioned, I don't know, about a year or so ago, guys. If you want to get a good idea or guess about what Stern's going to be developing in the next year or so, look at their current Rolodex of themes that they have under their belt. And then look at when their anniversary dates are, like every 5 years or 10 years. And then chances are they may be going back to the well and going, ching. Check that out, guys. Turns out this is a 50-year anniversary for Jaws. How do you like us now? All right. Let's see here. I'm buying a Barrio barbecue. Okay. You do you, Franchi. And I didn't get on with it. Oh, so, and that's the thing. I have met plenty of people that just do not like the Godzilla game. And everybody's always asking me, like, Kerry, why don't you have a Godzilla? Why don't you have a Godzilla? And it's like, I know, at one point I had a decision to make. Did I want Godzilla or did I want Cactus Canyon Remake? And I went with the Cactus Canyon Remake. And do I regret that decision? No, I honestly don't. If I wanted the Godzilla, I mean, there are plenty of them out there. And chances are, after the release of this game, there's going to be even more out there. And I'm kind of curious now, has anybody looked up Pinside to see what the current market is if we're getting just bombarded, flooded with the original Godzilla colored editions? Now, yeah, it's a damn good game. Don't blame you, Franchi. Beautiful. Makes me wonder if they don't have confidence in the next cornerstone. Last year, they released Venom, and then in the next 2 months, they released JP 30th and Elvira Blood Red Kiss Edition. But I think, aside from what potentially their next cornerstone could be, it's that this has kind of like been rumored and expected since some point last year, because we all knew that this was the 70th anniversary, and it's the same ordeal with next year being the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future, so it would kind of make sense if that game was in development that it would come out in 2025. Now, not confirming or anything like that, I'm just saying, coming out on an anniversary year, it's just kind of what the license holders tend to want to do. Yeah, so we got somebody right there. I don't like Godzilla. I'm picking up a premium by the end of the year. Can't really decide. Like the cab art, but might prefer the color in the playfield. So I guess we can go through. Franchi, we need to talk. Actually, I'll probably call you after this. Okay, so just a heads up on that. If you're not too busy, I want to talk to you about something. So these other editions aren't that much of an investment by Stern, though. They really don't lose much if demand isn't high in the sense. So let's end the poll now. Wow. So still 85% are not buying the black and white. Really? Okay, this is a surprise. And I will be surprised if this game isn't selling like crazy, guys. This will be a shock to me. This will be the ultimate, how I've always stated this, that, the only way that a manufacturer will listen is if we vote with your wallet. That's the only language they understand. I can sit here and bitch and complain and moan and wave my hands around and curse at them and all that kind of stuff. That ain't going to do anything. Nothing. But the multitude or the majority not buying a game they release, they listen to that. They're all ears. They're all ears on that. So if this game, a game that has been their honeypot for 3 years, this is the reason why they call it like they're at the end of that trailer they're talking about, like their king, like to make sure that Godzilla is the king, not just that, it's been their king seller game. If this version isn't selling like gangbusters, then that is definitely going to be an exclamation point in what is going on in the economy of this industry and this hobby. And I've stated this before, and I'll state it again for those that do not know. This is something that manufacturers don't announce. Why would they? But every manufacturer is currently hurting right now. No manufacturer is just like, this is the best it's ever been. We are just doing great. No, that is not the case right now, guys. All of them are hurting to an extent. Let's see here. Someone mentioned me as a father. Hold on, what's going on here? Let me do the Gary is the father I never had. Okay. Oh man. Let's see here. How many sold as is a bad number? Wait to get used to one of the 65. And that's the thing, you might be able to. That's what I was doing. I keep getting distracted, guys, because I was shocked that no one was interested in buying this game. So let's internet work, do your thing. All right, let's look at Godzilla real quick. I'm curious if has anybody else been looking at the market just out of curiosity? Let's look at premiums because that's essentially what the game is. And here's something I'm curious about also. How many of you noticed that the art package on this premium game is not the premium art? Anybody else notice that? They're selling it as a premium, but they're not giving you the premium art package. They're actually giving you the LE. It one side of the LE. So is it one side or is it both sides LE? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't like to give out wrong information. Sometimes it happens, and I'm fully well on one side. Okay, so one side has LE and one side has premium. So that, in a way, that kind of makes it, I guess, a little more special or different. Why am I seeing all the mods? I want to look at the amount of games that are for sale. Market, not the shops. All right, that's my problem. Godzilla. Alright. Alright, I have, for other games, I loaded Walking Dead Pro, sold a couple of weeks ago for $4,700. Wow. Was it just recently I saw it was near me, an Iron Man for $3,800. And I just don't enjoy playing games that just consistently kick me in the crotch. And Iron Man is one of those games that does it. John Wick is one of those games that does it. I'm like, I'm sorry. I like to play a game that's fun, not that's just hard. So, like, that's me. If you like games that just kick the shit out of you and they fight back, you do you. Not me. Let's see here. Cabinet and toys look good in black and white, but the playfield needed some more color highlights. And that was essentially kind of what I was expecting, honestly. I was expecting a little more color. So for them to just be highlighting the red, that did kind of throw a little bit of a you know, like, okay, I see what you're doing here. But I kind of was hoping / expecting there to be a little more color. Let's see here. Still no Godzilla behind you. No Godzilla behind me. Jaws is nothing like Iron Man. So, and that's the thing is that I'm torn, and I'm to the point that where the only way, I mean, I can get another game behind me is by getting rid of another game. And the only game that I'm just willing to just kind of like let go at this. Sorry, guys, I'm burping up food. Only game I'm willing to let go, just kind of like, all right, here you go, is my Last Action Hero. And that's the game that I've had the longest, is my Last Action Hero. All right, so let's look at the market here when it comes to Godzillas. We got premiums, new ad, wanted. Well, chances are you're probably going to get a lot of buyers for this stuff. I don't feel like looking at this right now. Y'all gonna be seeing me stare at a screen? No, I'd rather chit-chat and go back and forth with you guys. If anything, somebody else look up and see what the market's looking like and let me know. I could have done research, but like I said, I'm limited on time here. Jaws is nothing like Iron Maiden. Okay, I got that one. So, I guess I'm curious here on where the market's gonna go with this. Let me switch over here so we can look at this game. Which one is it? So here we have, and my chat is all kinds of messed up. Of course it is. It should be on top. Why you no work? It's not going to do its thing, guys. Let's just do my main display so you don't even have to see me. Here we go. All right, so like I said, this is going to be rough. So they even have done a black and white version of the crappy-looking Godzilla back there. I think with the new version that people have been putting in their Godzilla games with the lit-up scales and everything would probably make this game look even better. Because that's, I think, due to the fact that there's not as much color put into this game, where all you see is red, I'm almost wondering that aside from the inserts giving you the color, the colorized mods might actually add to it and just make it more impressive. I think the first person with a fully loaded Godzilla Premium needs to get this game, swap over all their mods, and that way everyone can get a visual on whether or not this would look good or not. So I'm currently on Nap Arcade. I just want to clarify where I'm getting my information from right here. So I like how they decided to go with the foil art. Makes it look like it's metallic going across the machine. But let's see here. And for those that didn't notice, they did it in... There's 3 different names for the Japanese writing. It's like kanji and katakana or something like that or whatever. I'm just going to say kanji, even though it's incorrect more than likely because I think it's more symbol related. But the actual translation for this right here is Gorgia, or Gorgia. I think it's what it was. And that's why... But it's like it's a combination of gorilla and whale. When then basically Americanized, it's Godzilla. So that's what that one is right there. Gorgia, I think is what it is. Gorgia. Or Gorgilla. I don't know. It's been a while. Yeah, Gojira. Yeah. What he says. But, Josh. Yeah. Katakana. Yeah. See, people know. People know. I know enough to piss me off kind of thing. Master of, I'm a jack of all trades, but master of none. So there we go. I mean, you can't deny that the game does look good. I think it looks great. I mean, but like you're saying, I wonder if there could have been a little bit more color in the art. Maybe they took too much out. If I was to buy a new in-box Godzilla, this is the one that I would want. But maybe I'm holding out for a different game, guys. It's like, and that's the common phrase I've been telling people. Like, are you gonna get one? I'm like, if I was to get a Godzilla, this would be the one that I would want. I think it's closer to what the original Godzilla was, the whole black and white theme. So I get it, but this is the one that I would want. Where did my mouse go? I got 3 monitors here, so I gotta find it. All right. In the pics, I loose the ball. Master of jacking. Yeah, I am the master of jacking. I don't. No art blades from Gary, but I think they stated that they will be doing black and white versions of the. Why is that upside down? I'm telling you what, guys. This is. Like I said. You know what? We're just going to keep it. I'm not even going to bother fixing it. Something else that's going wrong with the stream. Why not? But they will be doing black and white versions of the art blades, and I believe all the accessories, including the topper, right? Yes, that was stated in the video. Yes, they're going to... So that's something that I think there was original concerns about, is that, hold on, what are they going to do with the art blades for stuff like that? They will have the black and white versions and everything. Does the black and white game make up for how bad their topper was? No. You're just gonna get a black and white version of the topper that still, in my opinion, is not as awesome as the game is. But well, I don't know why that's upside down. That is killing me. That is gonna bother me. So we're gonna go back to this right here. Good. At least that chat's correct. Anything produced as a collectible never is, at least in main collecting. I see pins as no different. And that's always the common thing. And because people look at these things as investments, and you really shouldn't, but I think for the longest time we have, because in a way they were. We would buy a game, And if we wanted to sell it months after or even years after obtaining it, chances are the value either maintained or it even went up a bit. Now, no matter what game you buy, new in box or whatever, when you go to resell it, the value is going to be less than what you purchased it for. Like a majority of other things that we purchase in this world. It's very rare that you go buy a car, a computer, and now a pinball machine, a console, and you're able to sell it for more than it's worth unless the demand is tremendously low. And since things have changed post-COVID, now demand is nowhere near what it was. Oh, yeah. I think the Elvira Blood Red is prettier. Yeah, I think in the end, the Elvira is a prettier game, but you also have a pretty woman on there that kind of helps out. Elvis and Centaur both look better in black and white. Oh, I wonder if they are going to create like special black and white achievements. But that's something else. They are releasing new code for both the original Godzilla as well as the black and white. With the release of this game, you get a King of the Monsters mode. So that's something that there's pros. I got to give Stern the pros where they are. One of the pros is the fact that they're bringing the game out and they're not trying to promote it as an LE by putting the powder coating and stuff like that on the armor and everything. They're pretty much selling it like a premium at the premium price, so they're not marking it up. A little bit of plus on that. They're not limiting the count to it, so that way chances are as long as there's demand, like he states in the video, they're going to keep making them. So another plus on that. So I don't think it's... And I'm trying to think of the other perks on this is that, you know, it's not ugly. It looks good, and even though it may be essentially kind of a little bit of a cash grab, I think they are changing it enough to where it's... And they're not pricing it higher. If they were pricing this game at like $13K and stuff like that, I'd be like, no. I think that's probably where the definite tear in people's decision is right now, is that it's the same price as the premium. They're not limiting it. So therefore, the FOMO isn't there. So this is also going to be another thing that Stern's going to have to learn from, is if this is, because this is their first game that they're re-releasing that hasn't had the model that they had with Elvira. So now this is the first game that's going to be essentially a premium that's not limited, and they're going to find out, is this something that they should continue doing, or you know what, that didn't work out, we're not going to do that anymore kind of thing. So, yeah, no manufactured scarcity. Yeah, chances are, if you want this game, or any other game on the market for that matter, call your distro. They've got it. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping in here, man. Trying to make that FOMO. Current pricing, though, they are trying to make that with FOMO. Yeah. Let's be honest, if this had came out in 2022, add an extra 2,000. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, is that, like I said, they are going to learn from what the market is doing. Oh, Russell, thank you very much for the $20 donation. Very much appreciated. That's awesome, man. But like I said, the only way manufacturers listen is if something changes with money. And this is going to be one of those things that may change for the good or the worse for them, and they're going to adjust accordingly. So, but I'm just going by a very small segment of people in this hobby, and it seems with just this small segment of people, there's not a lot of FOMO and not a lot of, like, I gotta get this game interest, at least in what I have in my chat. I can't speak for whatever, but if you have just this small segment of people and you basically multiply that and just add to it, the ratio may still be somewhere in the vicinity of that. I don't think it would be in the vicinity of, like, you know, a margin of error. It would be still probably a drastic, people were pretty content with what they've got kind of thing. So it's like, makes you kind of wonder whenever Elvira came out and it looked as sexy as it did, and I think the majority of people were like, that's the best version of Elvira, and that's the version that I want, kind of thing. Whereas this one comes out, and all the current Godzilla owners are going, yeah, it looks good, but I'm content with what I currently have. And for whatever reason, this chat isn't moving, so I have to look at the chat over here. So I'm kind of like going around. So that's the way it's going to be. Then we'll switch over to here where you can kind of see me right here. Chat can sometimes be very finicky. I think it froze up over here, actually. It'll catch up, maybe. Let's see here. What's going on, Rexer? I feel like every time they re-release any variation, for example, a JP Anniversary, the value of your original version goes down. More supply, bad for value. And that's the thing with Jurassic Park 30th also. That was one of those limited with powder coating and stuff like that. And they expected that game to sell like crazy. And that's the con of this, guys. So I've mentioned some pros, but the con is that there's no feeling of like, ooh, I wonder how it plays, or I wonder how it shoots. We already know how the game plays. We already know how it shoots. So there is none of that wait and see of I want to play it before I buy it kind of thing. We already know how the game plays. It's a matter of like, do you find this game aesthetically pleasing enough to add to your game room? And that's the big thing for me. It's like, yeah, the game looks better, but am I ever going to really enjoy it when I have a lineup like this? Whenever I'm covering up both sides, how often am I going to be able to truly enjoy what has been put on this game? And it's like, I could see the backlash, I could see the play field, and I'm liking what they did with the kanji. I'm probably messing that up again or whatever, with the font, changing it from American to Japanese, because I like to play the game with the Japanese voiceovers. I just think it adds more to the theme. Personally, me, I think it looks awesome, and I would buy one if I didn't have the Stumbler mods as pinwoofers in my Godzilla already, from Josh at Loser Kid. Yeah. Philippe Stevens, thank you for watching. I think chat's finally caught up over here. Did Zombie Yeti make new artwork for the 70th anniversary game, or did Stern reuse and remove the artwork around? I'm pretty sure Zombie Yeti was all in on this, guys. I'm pretty sure that he did all the desaturation and stuff like that. I mean, and I don't know the methods that, Yeti did, but you can talk to Franchi. He may still be in chat. When he had to do monsters, I want to say that it's not just a simple like, oh yeah, just desaturate all the colors and then you're done. I mean, he had to go through and adjust every minute desaturating and adding this, taking away from there. From what Franchi told on his interviews back in the day with Munsters, it wasn't just an easy, oh, cool, we'll just take away the color and we're done. It was a process. So, Franchi, by all means, if you're still in chat, you can confirm. But I'm pretty sure that Yeti was all in on that right there. And let's get the chat window back again. I'm questioning build quality by Stern these days, which makes me value my 2 to 4 year old Sterns even more. He used an Instagram filter. Now, I don't think this was phoned in. I mean, now the Bond's 60th, that was a phone in. That was just like, just get some art up there. And that's why I made fun of it the way I did. That's why I made fun of the art that they did for the Elvira 40th. Was it the 40th? Yeah. And, but this one, I mean, they did some changes. I mean, but yeah. Art is hard from Abe Flips. Abe, what time is it over there, man? Shouldn't you be asleep? People that are in the hot pinball for investment values are in the wrong hobby. At least now they are, Moo. So yeah, here's Franchi right here. I had to tweak about 170 individual layers one at a time. It sucked. And for me, the Monsters Premium, although I'm sure Franchi disagrees because I know he likes color and everything, I think just the black and white was more true to what Monsters was, which was the black and white. And when you see it, the absence of the color and everything, I think that's kind of what draws me in. It's weird how we're so accustomed and used to seeing popping, bright, shiny colors, and that's what Yeti is known to do because he knows that's what catches. That's why he puts the art the way he does on his machines, because he wants people to walk into the locations and their eyes just immediately catch a particular game or the pinball row in general. He wants those games to be bright colors kind of thing. So he saturates the out of his stuff to make the colors pop the way they do. So 10 p.m. over there. Okay, so it's not too bad. All right. But I like Munsters Premium, and I think having the colorized Munsters, the green on the cabinet and everything, that helped. I think if it was all black and white, that wouldn't be good. But I think it's always like the 180, like I said earlier, it's what we're attracted to and what we're used to is all the colors, and then you take it away, and it draws our attention. It's like, oh, okay, so we're so used to something, and now it's no longer there. So maybe, guys. Thanks, Stringer, for the $2, man. Yes, this is my Red Sour Patch Ghost. And I know what you're probably thinking, some of you guys. No, you're not drinking G Fuel? No, I'm not drinking G Fuel. Not that I'm against it. I'm just not drinking it right now. So what if that's what the motive is here, guys, is like, you know what? People are so used to color, maybe we'll take it away, and that'll draw their interest. So maybe that's what we're seeing now with things underneath the glass. They're slowly taking away the mechanical features and the cool stuff underneath the glass, and they're putting it on the screen. And eventually we're going to get used to just not seeing much underneath the glass, and then one day they're going to put all the stuff back underneath the glass, and that's going to be amazing again because we haven't seen it in so long. I see Stringer in every stream ever. Work my... It doesn't work. It makes you kind of wonder what certain people do where they're able to get into these streams. But yeah, I will agree that Stringer is in a lot of streams. He subscribes to a lot of people. Oh, man. And he's got $2 out the woodwork. If you run into him at a show, you see him at Expo or whatever, he'll pull out a wad of $2 bills. He's got them ready to go, just ready to start making it rain. I don't know what it is with him and $2 bills, but he's got them going on. So, what other polls can we throw up here, guys, to get feedback from the individuals here? So we got probably new people or more people in the stream and everything like that. Let's see here. Start a Q&A. What question do you think I should add for a poll, guys? What's some information that you would like to get from people here out of curiosity? This is a chance to get the masses to respond to a question and see where we are on this kind of game. Okay, here's one. I'll think of one. Are you guys waiting on a future release? Whether it be rumored or whatever, are you just waiting on a future release kind of thing? And I think that's where a lot of us are right now when it comes to... And that's the thing, and that's why Stern is reaching out to these different content creators in the different demographics of the world, essentially. It's because the current market that they're targeting are people that have been with them for a decade or more. And a lot of them have a full game room like me. I mean, and so it gets to the point to where if they're going to release a game, it needs to bring it. It needs to have something that's going to make us go, you know what, that's better than this game. Time to get rid of this one. So they need people that have room, that don't have full game rooms and have to feel like their customers need to sacrifice something in order to get something else. Chat is moving fast now. Will Medieval Madness come out in 2025? I doubt it. I mean, my chat's covering that thing up. My goodness. I'll have to tweak this whole stream up, guys. This is ridiculous. This is poor quality. Christopher Franchi, Back to the Future release business? Huh? I didn't say that. So we got someone waiting on Harry Potter, Back to the Future, Goonies, Top Gun. Let's see here. People are asking about the code. So recently, Josh Sharp did post a picture up on, I want to say, Facebook. And it was an image of basically Bella Bart. So they are still working on the code. The rumor was originally it was going to be released this summer. Now, evidently, this fall. It's an ongoing thing that people are like, wanting to know what's going on with Cactus Canyon. Where's the code? It's still in the works. And when it comes to CGC and releasing games, if you don't already know this about CGC, guys, let me kind of give you some information here that maybe not all of you know. CGC is very content on what they currently have going on. They have no strive to become bigger, to expand, to produce more games, to bring in as many people into the hobby or anything like that. They are very content on just their current size, keeping the factory busy, and just making games and just putting them out in the pace that they are right now. That's it. And they're currently just fine with staying in business and making enough profit to just keep on going. That is just their mentality at this point. They have no urge to just go, we want to be the next Tern or anything like that. So, in a way, it works for them. If they continue building quality machines like they have been, even though they're putting it out slower than molasses on a cold winter's day, as long as the quality is there, people are going to keep buying from them. All right, where did this poll go? So 79% are waiting for a future title. Why is that not working? Oh, because I'm clicking on the wrong thing. So 79, 80% out of only 41 votes. A lot of you people probably watching on TVs and stuff like that are just not even contributing to the voting on this one. You're killing me. So Taylor Swift. That'll be... And yeah, then you have the rumor, Spooky doing Beetlejuice. That would be nice. Let's see here. MMR. So yeah, again, when it comes to CGC doing a rerun of MMR, they still have Cactus Canyon LEs, I want to say, that need to be built, correct? I mean, last time I heard, they still have some people out there waiting for their LEs. Then they're building their Pulp Fiction standards. And then supposedly this September-ish, they're going to be starting to finally do their LEs. And those are going to go for probably many months. Many. And if they decide to do Medieval Madness after that, we'll see. But it would not surprise me if you're at least a year out from Medieval Madness Remake again. Metallica, late summer maybe. That's the rumor. We got Jack Danger next. That's something it's crazy about something. So I only listen to a few content creators out there, and the reason why I don't listen to all of them is because I definitely like to have my own thoughts and everything and stuff first. At least get my content out first, and then I kind of want to see what everybody else is doing. I don't want to listen to everybody else and then have that augment what I feel about a game kind of thing. But anyways, as I listen to a certain content creator, and he starts spouting off, like, you heard it here first, that Jack Danger is next. No, that is not true. Because if you listen to the interviews with George Gomez, he stated that Jack Danger was next. So why are this person stating that they heard it there first? No, we heard it first, straight from George Gomez's mouth. So I don't know why that is, but whatever. It's little things like that where I kind of go, but water up a duck's back. But I catch it, but a lot of people don't. It's whatever. So what's going on with Metallica? Have a road case edition? Are they going to be updating anything, or just back in production? From what I can say, Borg is very excited about his next game, and from what I last heard, we were going to be seeing it before Expo, but I don't think that timeline's going to add up here. I don't see that. I don't see us getting Jack Danger's next game, and then before Expo, us seeing his next game again, unless it really is just going to be like a re-release of Metallica. I don't see it as being another friggin' different Cornerstone game or anything. But Borg seems very excited about what he's working on. But it's like, in the end, it's like, what designer would tell me or anybody else, I'm just not really feeling on this next theme, guys. I don't know. It's not going to be good. No designer or anybody that works for any company is going to be like that. They're always going to say, yeah, it's great. I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. I would be more shocked if the designers and stuff like that work for the companies were like, it's going to be okay. Yeah. If I were reading a Pinside or any other creators. And that's fine, dude. I mean, by all means, I always encourage people to listen to other content creators in general. You don't have to, but I always encourage people to not just listen to me. I completely against that. I'm like, do not just listen to me. Do not be I don't want to be your only source for talking about pinball. There are so many others out there that bring so much into this hobby for just additional commentary and media and stuff like that with great interviews and everything. So I encourage you not to live and listen in an echo chamber. I also just mainly encourage that you don't listen to people that only cheerlead for what's going on in this hobby when it all cannot be good. All right. Let me see what's going on. Stream still looks good. Here we go. Jack Danger, already kind of my favorite designer. And that came a little bit as a surprise to me. As some of you already know, I was honestly expecting Foo Fighters to be kind of like a bland game. Like, it's going to be a safe, fan layout or whatever and stuff like that. So completely caught me off guard with what he did. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. And truly, but I also use constructive criticism. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, and sometimes there's constructive criticism, and there's other times where it's just shitting on something. And I have been a culprit of both. I would like to do constructive criticism and everything, but in the end, it's like, and this brings me to my next point on this, and my patrons, they already know this. I let them in on this days ago. And so eventually this is going to be known by more of you, so I'm not like hiding it, and I can at least release this much information. So for the 106 people that are currently watching on this, aside from my patrons that already know this, there's a time where, I mean, I was like, anybody, and I don't sit here and brag about thinking that I'm the only one that can sit here in a fucking chair, pardon my language, and just spout and talk pinball stuff and criticize and shit on things. Anybody could kind of do that. So, and I look at things as the same way I do at work, is that if you basically complain about what's going on, but you don't offer a solution, then you're just complaining. But if you can give feedback along with constructive criticism or things that you would like to see improvements on, or offer a solution, then that you're actually contributing and helping out. And so that's what I would like to start doing, is instead of just, criticizing or dumping on or whatever, I would like to be able to help. In whatever means that these companies see fit. And you're like, Kerry, what the hell? Where's this going? What's going on here? So, I have signed another NDA. And the reason I have signed another NDA is because it's for security for me, as well as security for the manufacturer. Every images that get sent to me, I have requested them to be watermarked on a particular code that identifies me, because I do not want to have to worry about leaks coming out and they came from me. So, for instance, when Pedretti information got leaked out, I was like, no, he's probably going to think it's from me because these are images that I also had and stuff like that. I do not like to let people down. That is like one of my biggest things. It's, I hate it. I hate letting people down. It hurts me more than anything. So what I'm getting to here, guys, is that I want to help out. I want things to be better. And the only way things are going to get better, I think, is if they start getting sources and resources from those of us on the outside. Because a lot of the times, if you're working on something and you're so closely involved in it, the chances are you're not seeing certain things that other people are not. Like, how many of you have, like, worked on a puzzle and you're just looking for a particular piece and you just can't seem to frickin' find it? And then your spouse walks up and goes, oh, it's right here. And it just pops it into place. And it drives you frickin' mad. Because you've been staring at all these puzzle pieces for so long and you just couldn't find the frickin' piece. But sometimes it takes a little bit of outside perspective to come in and hone in and just kind of to help out. Zach says, I would rather have honest critique than shilling. A lot of pinball podcasters aren't honest. Love the honest Carrie. So, with that being said, when I say that I want to help, so the NDA that I have signed is with Dutch Pinball. So, and it was basically one of those conversations that went back. We went back and forth on with meetings and stuff like that to see if we were even going to be a right fit. Okay, guys, this wasn't just like, hey, you know, whether they contacted me first or them first or whatever. It wasn't a simple little thing or anything like that. And I've also been completely encouraged to be utterly and brutally honest about what is going on. So they've even stated that when their games are revealed and announced or whatever, if I don't like the way the game shoots, if I don't like the way the game looks or whatever, they want me to say what I feel about it. That's part of the reason why Pedretti brought me in, and that's evidently part of the reason why that Dutch has now brought me in, is that they want the honest feedback, good or bad. There is no restrictions about what I can say or anything like that. The only restrictions I have is that I just can't talk about what they got going on, and I cannot obviously show you what they've got going on. So, by all means, feel free to give me any kind of feedback on what you think about this, guys. And I look at it as if like why did you do this, the whole NDA thing? Like, I did it for my own protection as well. Like, it's one of those things that protects them because they don't really know me that well either, and I don't expect them to know me that well. But they did it to protect them, but I also want to protect myself too. So it's one of those things where I was like, yeah, I'm all up for signing an NDA because that's also something on the inside of me that knows I'm not just, going behind their back with trust. This is something that also goes deep enough to where, money is involved kind of thing. Punishment-wise kind of stuff. So it's merely to protect both sides, but I also want to help. And so to what extent that's going to be, I do not know entirely yet. For all I know, I may not be involved at all. I may just get basically the media package a day before, and they go, all right, Carrie, this is what we're going to be revealing tomorrow. I don't know to this point just yet. Merely, it's been signed, and there's just talks have been going on back and forth, and eventually I will get more information or whatever kind of stuff. And obviously, whatever information gets revealed to me, it's one of those where I will try to see what information out of that I can divulge. I'll be asking them, like, so can I say this? Can I show people this? Can I hint at this? Because I want to be able to give you guys a little something. But I'm going to obviously be asking for permission first. To be like, okay, is it okay if I say this? Like, even just recently, like, they gave me some information, like, here's your first scoop. And I was like, okay, so when you say that, that's something I can share? They're like, no. I'm like, well, don't use that word, scoop, then, because you made me think it was something that I could just tell everybody. So, oh, man. So, let me get caught up on going in here. Look back in the future on that NDA. Will we get sued by J-Pop if we buy one? No, J-Pop has no involvement at all in Alice in Wonderland. That was specified on the In Before the Lock interview that they did a few weeks ago. is that he owns no rights to any of this. He has no involvement. He gets no cut of anything of this, guys. Not involved at all. No say-so, no consulting, nothing. I'm having a hard time liking Jaws. I'm trying to learn the shots and how to beat the modes and bounty hunts, but most of the time it feels like you either know when or where to shoot or miss and drain. A lot of people are liking that Jaws, though. I played it. It's a good game. Is it good enough to where I'm like, man, I've got to have it? No, but it's a good game. Another cook in the kitchen. You're fired, Artie. Oh, are you still a G Fuel shills? To an extent. I mean, I'm like you to the point to where I don't like ads either, guys. Whenever I like bring up something or whatever, that's why I got YouTube Premium, because I'm not a big fan of ads. I mean, I could start putting stuff at the beginning or in the middle of my videos. I don't even have mid-roll ads. So it's like, yes, I'm still partnered with G Fuel. Now, do I like put up? That was another perk of why I liked going with them, is that it wasn't a requirement for me to like have them in my videos or whatever. It was basically like, okay, here's your partner code, and here's something that you can promote, and basically you get a percentage of the sales kind of thing. Okay, cool. But there's no requirement for me to have X amount of videos or tags or whatever and stuff like that, like it was working with Google. That was bad. I don't want to work with Google again. That was a lot of work. I came in late. Is Stern only releasing the black and white 70th, or are they running more regular pros and premiums? I think right now, AJ, they are focusing on just the 70th. I don't think that I know of they're running more pros and premiums. I don't think they would run a 70th along with the pros and the original premiums. I could be wrong. Jaws is great. Just got to dive deep into it. A little bit of a tongue-in-cheek there. Understanding the code well and play well. YouTube Premium changed me so delightful. Yeah, and then Franchi, have you ever been around people and they want to show you a YouTube video, in the beginning of it starts an ad, and it gets to the point where you're like, what the hell is this? Like, it's an ad. Oh, I just haven't seen one in so long. It's difficult for me to know what the hell's going on here, kind of thing. Is G Fuel actually any good, or is it just the MLG esports gamer crowd? It depends on the flavor. I've had good G Fuel stuff, and I've had some ones where I'm like, why is this a flavor? It's a hit and miss, guys. It is a hit and miss when it comes to G Fuel. Yeah, you haven't seen or heard anything from me on G Fuel lately. It's like, if I do implement it, I kind of want to implement it in a way where it doesn't really feel like you're watching an ad so much. And I think I kind of did that somewhat recently in the middle of a video where it wasn't an advertisement, but it kind of was. I don't remember what video it was, but it was talking about being a shill or whatever and stuff. Just happy to see the new code for Godzilla. Waiting for World Cup Soccer 26. I don't know if we're ever going to see another sports game in pinball. And that's something that I guess we can talk about a little bit here, is that it cracks me up, because this kind of shows you how diverse people are, and it comes to what they're interested in, what they're willing to do. Is that, we know pinball is already niche, and I got to go here pretty soon. But we already know that pinball is niche, and there's only a certain amount of people that are attracted to it and watching it and studying it and going to the shows and stuff like that. And so today, I'm at the gym, I'm on the treadmill, and I look up, and I see like a tennis tournament going on or whatever. And then I look out in the stands, and there's like thousands of people watching people play tennis. I have no interest in tennis. And I'm sure a lot of people I know have no interest in tennis or nor watch it. But yet there's still thousands of people out there that take the time, probably have to fly to these tournaments or these games or whatever to watch these things, and they know who these individuals are as a person. So it kind of makes you wonder how people look at us that are really deep into this hobby, and we show them like, let's just say, I don't know, Deadpool. We're like, oh, here's your Deadpool. This was designed by George Gomez. And I mean, you're going into all the details. It would be the same thing as like someone telling me, oh, this is the whatever tennis tournament. This is so-and-so player. And we're just looking at him like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, Stern will never bring prices back down. Ever. That's a little pessimistic there, Pitbull. They might. If everyone speaks with their wallet like it looks like right now, I think this will be the biggest voice that speaks to Stern. Because I'm pretty sure when they brought this out, they thought it was going to be a major hit. It was going to be selling like crazy. But it has yet to be determined that this is going to be selling like crazy. Yes, there's obviously people out there that are going to be switching up. But it doesn't seem like, from the small segment of people I have here, it doesn't seem like this is a game that is going to be like, I'm getting it. I want it now. I got to have it. There's no FOMO here. Let's see here. So I got to wrap this up here, guys, because I do have to run more errands. I said you had me for about an hour, and we're creeping up right there on the hour mark. So before I go, is there anything else that needs to be discussed? Questions or anything? We could do one last poll to see where everybody's at on this and where everyone stands. God, I am like really dark. Let me bring up this window over here on this screen to brighten things up. I wish there were pinball shops in Ireland, but I don't think there will be for a while. That is one of my wife's like dream destinations, Patrick, is Ireland. Like before we pass or whatever, she really wants to visit Ireland. And at one point, I thought work was going to be sending me near there, but they thought it would be cheaper to have their technicians come to me instead of me go to them. And I was like, oh, well, shit. Do an artwork boat? Okay. Let's do an artwork boat. How should I quote this? Let's, because it's a mixture of premium and LE, so it's kind of difficult to say, is it better than the premium or is it better than the LE? Let's see here. Here we go. Let's do a Q&A. Where's the answers at? I'm not seeing the answers, or I'm able to type in here. This is stupid. Hold on. Why is it not working? We'll just do a poll. I know this works. All right. Oh, there's an option right here. Okay. Here we go. Oh. I just have to use my brain. That sucks. All right. Let's do this right here. Premium. We're going to ask which art package is better. Premium, LE, or black and white. Here we go. Let the games begin. Pitbull, I do like the kanji on there. I do. I think a lot of people are going to look at it and go, what does that say? And then you got to tell them it's Gorgia. Or Godzilla for an Americanized version, whatever. Right now, we have black and white in the lead with 50% of the vote. I mean, from what I gather, it seems that those of you out there, it's like you look at the game and you're like, okay, I will concur that the game is beautiful, that the game looks good. But is it enough to cause you to switch from what you currently have that's more than likely got thousands of dollars modded out? But it's also one of those where those of you out there, it doesn't seem like a game's enough to get you to buy it even though you don't already have one. Because I think a lot of us are waiting to see what's going to be released. It's like, do we blow our wad on a game we know how it shoots? and we know how it plays and everything, it just looks different and looks prettier? Or do we wait for that potentially rumored title that's coming either this year or maybe next year that's going to speak to us and check all those boxes? I think that's where we're currently at. And so right now, we're going to, the poll keeps withering up and down a little bit. This is beautiful. I like color. And yeah, I get it. A lot of people like the colorized version. And sometimes the absence of something is attractive, though. So the rumor is Pokemon. I think Pokemon, that's going to be, if it is Pokemon, that is more than likely going to be where Insider Connected really shines. You talk about, does anybody remember Pokemon Go? That took the nation by freaking storm, okay? A lot of people who had never played Pokemon or didn't know what Pokemon was, you'd see them walking around. We got people fired at work because they were leaving the premises to go across the street to find stupid Pokemons, and they were in a cemetery. A cemetery! Looking at Pokemon. Imagine that. How did you lose your last job? Well, I was looking for Jigglypuff, and they just happened to be over there in the cemetery area. I should have been at work, but, you know, you got to do what you got to do. When it comes to collecting, it can be dangerous for people. All right, let's end the poll right there. It looks like we've got, the winner is the black and white edition at 50%, premium at 38%, and LE at 11%. Wow. Pokemon, nah. Back to the Future, oh, hell yeah. Pokemon Red versus Blue, the pinball. I mean, there's options. I don't think Pokemon's going to speak to me. All right, guys, I have got to get out of here. I'm going to be late. This is going to be bad. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Who knows? We'll see if we can get something out later on today. I don't think I'm going to have time to, honestly. But it was great chatting with all of you. It's been a while, and we'll have to just get together and do something different at some point. More content on the way. Special thank you to all of my patrons that have been basically upgrading all my gear. I got a new 4K camera for this little fella coming in today, I want to say. And then my new camera for the fella on this side will be next month. But looking to upgrade the equipment. And then, who knows? Maybe eventually, as time goes by, once I have all the equipment that I'm looking at getting, that maybe I get enough support that where I just start buying every damn game that comes out, and that way I'm able to really show what a game looks like, all that kind of stuff, like right here kind of thing immediately. That'd be awesome. That would be probably like my in-game goal, I guess, is that when a game gets released, I'm just able to buy it because of people like you out there. I don't know. All right, guys. Love you long time. Peace out.